Hi, it's Eitan Pinsky at Pinsky Mortgages, and today we have...
Cam Holden, general contractor and real estate agent.
Thanks, Cam. Today we're going to talk a little bit about renovations and general contracting. Most importantly, what is a general contractor? One of my favorite things is what is a popular renovation that people are doing these days? Third, what renovation can you do that's the most cost-effective, i.e. to increase the value of your property? And the fourth is, are there any government grants available? So let's jump right in. So Cam, first question that I have is, what exactly is a general contractor?
It's a great question. There's two kinds of contractors. There's just contractors that have a specific trade, and then there's a general contractor. A general contractor is one that runs your job from beginning to end, takes on all the liability, takes on the stress of design, materials, sub-trades, and then a contractor is a trade that comes in to do one specific thing, like an electrician, a tiler, flooring installer, you name it.
So the general contractor would be somebody that you employ the general contractor, and then the general contractor will be the one who divvies up the work. Is that correct?
Absolutely. The general contractor is your greatest advocate in your renovation. They're in charge of their employees and the sub-trades, and they're the biggest part of bringing your vision to light.
Okay. Do you need two general contractors, or one, or how does it work?
Just one general contractor should do.
Okay. So they'd butt heads. You just basically one person for everything.
Yes. Here's your go-to guy for your project.
Awesome. So with a general contractor, I guess my follow-up question is, are there projects that are too small for a general contractor, or are there projects that are too big?
It depends on the company. Some companies prefer smaller projects. Other companies prefer only big projects. I find a sliding scale for small projects range between $5,000 to $10,000. A medium-sized project's about $20,000 to $100,000, and anything above that's considered a bigger job.
Cool. Okay, last question on the general contracting is, are there any jobs that you think doesn't need a general contractor, that somebody should just go and get a tradesperson like a plumber or a painter or something like that?
There's a lot of projects that you can do on your own, or you can hire a contractor to do them for you, but they are job dependent. You can always ask a general contractor. I'm sure he'd be happy to tell you.
Or she.
Or she.
Or she. All right, we'll put Cam's information there, so if you guys have a general contracting question or a contracting question, you can always give him a quick call. All right, now to the second question. What is the most popular type of renovation that you've been seeing on a home, or I guess even a condo?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's lots of projects that we see come and go. The most common ones are kitchens and bathrooms. Other ones that we see frequently, decks, bedrooms, closet renovations into office spaces.
We're going to need to go ahead and move you downstairs into storage B.
No, closets into offices.
Yeah, very common, especially during COVID. Yeah, and those all range in price.
What's an average kitchen? What does that go to?
I always warn people that an average kitchen is between $40,000 to $80,000.
Okay.
40 being more around IKEA, but again, that's removing the entire kitchen, maybe doing a little bit of electrical, plumbing, drywall, tile, and then putting your kitchen back the way it was. But the next biggest thing would be curb appeal. That's another big renovation people do, like decks or front patios or painting the exterior of your home. These are just small things that you can do to increase the value of your home, and they're not the biggest projects unless you're doing an extension on your house.
So curb appeal makes a lot of sense. Do you think people would do painting the exterior, painting the interior? Do general contractors, I guess, get called for, I'm about to sell my property and these are the things that we need to get done? Because you're also a realtor.
Yes.
So you're able to get that information for us.
Yeah. I would say we get calls for two kinds of projects to do with real estate. So typically when someone's about to list their property, they'll want to get what's called the low-hanging fruit projects. Painting, upgrading fixtures, just making them look newer and nicer, changing out doors and trim, maybe repainting cabinets. Those are easy projects that can increase and just help sell your home. But what we see more often is when somebody moves into a house, they'll do the bigger projects like the kitchens, the bathrooms, the extensions, changing rooms, layouts, whatever it is.
So basically you're saying most people will put lipstick on for increasing the value of their home.
Yes.
To make it sell easier. And then larger projects would come in when somebody wants to make the home their own.
Exactly.
Cool, okay. So Cam, one question that I have is, especially if I'm going to go search for a contractor, general contractor, how do I as a client work well with a contractor? What are things that maybe I could do to make the experience better for me? And are there things that people do that make it great, or are there sometimes things that people do that make it a little bit more frustrating on their side or on your side? Yeah, I'd love some tips.
Yeah, I would say The things they love is having clear communication, a good plan, and just trust. Trust is a big one. You know, from the onset, as a general contractor, our job is to manage your expectations and build trust with you. And your project is our #1 job. So we really like it when clients give us their full dedication to the plan, and we really like it when clients communicate with us. Having an open conversation throughout the project makes for a better project.
So I guess what you're telling me, and we see this a lot too in the mortgage side. You know, somebody wants a fixed, and then they choose to want a variable, which is fine. But if somebody says that they want a bathroom one color, and then in the middle of it they choose a different color, I mean, it's going to be more work for you, and obviously more money for the client.
Absolutely, and just having the understanding that change your mind is fine. It just might push the job a little bit and incur a few extra costs. And as long as you have that understanding, we have that understanding, we're all on the same page, then contractors love it.
Cool. Are there things that clients do that you're like, I really wish they didn't do that?
Nothing off the top of the head. I think that's the biggest one, is changing their mind throughout a project.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. To follow up on that question, are there any things that the clients can do to prepare to make the best experience with the general contractor?
Absolutely. Pictures, drawings, even doodles and sketches on a napkin or a piece of paper. Anything that gives us some hint towards what you want on paper to show us the vision helps.
So just basically being really organized would be great. Okay,
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's why my wife's in charge and not me, because she's organized and she's an architect, so she knows what she's doing.
Perfect.
So last question that I have, and this question is cool because we all want help. Are there any grants that the government is giving now for renovation? So be it thermal insulation, or is it, I guess that's the only thing I can think of that they want because it's environmentally friendly. So yeah, tell us about these grants.
There's tons of grants that BC Hydro, Fortis BC, and Clean BC are giving to homeowners when they do the renovation. Some easy ones are changing windows. They give up to $50 per opening. Changing doors, same idea, $50 per opening. Upgrading your insulation, which is a bigger project, but still gives you money back through Fortis. The biggest one that I've seen through BC Hydro and Fortis is changing to a heat pump system. So upgrading your heating throughout your house to either a multi-split unit or a furnace, you can get up to, I think it's around $12,000 to $13,000 back from BC Hydro.
Wow, okay. So if it's $12,000 or $13,000, how much would one of those, I guess, conversions cost?
Mm-hmm. Right now, we're doing a project in North Vancouver, and we're putting in a multi-split unit, which is a unit outside the house, and then it runs lines to inside the house. And the federal government is giving them a rebate of $5,000, and the local municipality is giving them a rebate of $8,000. You do have to incur a $1,000 charge for an engineer to sign off on it, but it almost pays for itself.
And so the total cost of the project before the discount of $13,000 or $12,000 would be?
Supply and installation for this project is around $15,000.
Whoa, so it's 15 grand and you're getting 13,000?
Exactly.
So it's basically free to get a heat pump.
Almost.
And the reason why people get it is it's better for the environment and it's cheaper to run?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, okay. Call Cam for a heat pump. I'm going to call you for a heat pump.
Perfect.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's so cool. Okay, we're going to get a heat pump. Honey, we're getting a heat pump. Thank you so much, Cam, for coming and chatting with us about renovations and being a general contractor. Where can people find you?
You can find us at constructnh.com.
And NH is for, you told me nuthatch, it's a bird?
It's a bird.
What kind of bird is it?
It's a nuthatch.
You're going to have to Google it. Thank you so much for watching. Have any questions about mortgages or about general contracting, please call me or Cam. Have a great day. Already. Yeah, that was quick.
You go, Glen Coco.